Hi Sneaky Gamers, in this video I'm going to be going over some of me and my dad's game clips from my dad's POV. So right here he's in Mega City looting up and getting some of the elemental chests. His load's currently just 2 shotties, which my dad in particularly does good with them, just doesn't mainly use them. He likes mostly ARs, so let's see how this goes. He's looting some chests and recently found an epic. Me, on the other hand, barely hanging on to my life. Me and my dad kind of got separated due to me not being able to get off the battle bus, but I'm surely coming his way right there. You could see some visual footprints near and some people on the lines right there. This does go a little questionable in a way right here, because my dad does get near getting knocked. He's whited, he has 0 shield, 0 overshield, and would die because the storm tick's already 2. But me and my dad here are separated, and he heavy shotguns that player. We're both pretty much a one-tap, and my dad luckily has a chug jug. So I got knocked over there, and me and my dad were kind of panicking right here because he was low in health and there was a pretty good player in my opinion. So he stops the chug and he goes over and takes the SMG. He kind of gets stuck on this tree for a second. And then he goes over to res me right here. There is some visual sound effects. So I'm during that time I'm telling my dad, "Oh, the player's behind you." So I got res, but my dad's pretty low, and I end up taking the other player. He's going and he decides to swap his chug for a new chug, which becomes pretty crucial later. I'll explain later. So he takes the chug and pops it. He's just getting his health up, and so am I. I'm actually ended up taking his 2 chugs and finishing the one that he did have, leaving me on a little bit of a lower health than supposed to. But I finish it up with the other chug. So here my dad goes to push this player, thinking he could win. This player was also the ones from the from Mega City that were on the rails. So right here my dad gets absolutely beamed, and I try to push and I got destroyed on my health. So my dad's just kind of trying not to get thirsted, and I go to the other room using the chug to heal up. So right here my dad gets thirsted and the players try coming for me. So now it's from my POV. I have the exotic outlaw, which became one of the saviors of this game, honestly. Right here, I'm going right here so then I could get my shots. So first that pickle dill comes, and barely I win that. So I start taking the chug again, but I kind of decide to thirst this guy just because I don't want his teammate rezzing him, because I had a feeling that was their plan. And to my surprise, the guy just came and I finished him with my AR, which in my opinion was pretty sick. So I'm just going back for the heal. There's 7 players left, 6 not including me. I decided to drop my Fury though for the Spire, which I'm not really sure because Spire's mainly for long range. My dad was telling me that at that time, but it was in Storm, so a little late. But I ended up hitting up quite a good few shoddy hits. And then right here at the front of the new one, and on the next clip right here, my dad's kind of knocked, so I'm kind of panicking and trying to take out the Godzilla that knocked him. Luckily I did, and since I already had a crown, I didn't pick his up. Plus I was getting pressured. This player knocked me, which kind of saved me, so then I could get some good positioning. I did have his reboot, so I was kind of trying to go to Pleasant, which I ended up making. I had a ton of heals, so it made it pretty easy, and a few shield bubbles. So right here I'm rezzing my dad, and yeah, the Godzilla that I knocked earlier eliminated him, so I think I was good after that for this. So now we're back at my dad's POV, and there's a few crown users near. So my dad's trying to find some loot. I think he saw the rare chest, but he's going for more of the kills right here, and he ends up getting a pretty good beam on this one player. Then he gets one of his favorite items, the flabberjack, and kind of goes on a killing rampage. He's just beaming players from a couple meters. His POV kind of gets blocked by this bush for a sec, and I go on to get his knock. I hear he picks up the ninja's poison AR thing, and he ends up getting a heisted breacher, exotic heisted breacher, and he goes back to the beaming, and right there I get a knock on that player, and we're heading back in a zone, but we're kind of trying to figure out, because we saw some footprints for a sec, and we're kind of like trying to figure out everything. I was sorting out my load right there. And yeah, now we're just rotating back in a circle, which was no problem because we had the Megalodon model. But my dad goes over here in this middle shack, and he was originally planning to stay there and try to beam, but we ended up actually deciding to go and try to see if we could get any elims by this natural cover, which is my favorite kind of cover because, well, we're in kind of blitz where there's no building, if you didn't know. So my dad's kind of trapped in storm. He took like 50 ticks almost, or 50 damage, or 5 ticks because it's 10. It was a 2v1 right here. My dad and I were looking for the last player, but my dad tries to shoot the player, and he was pretty much 1 health. So I try to see if my dad wants to take the kill right here, and he does. So he just goes right here and runs for the pump. And then right here, we're in like a fresh game, and we landed at Pleasant. I'm trying to beam down some players that are just gliding, but my dad's coming with 2 shotties right now, which he had in the last game too, I think. He ended up missing some of his heavy shotgun shots, so he goes to his Havoc, and yet again misses. So he's trying to corner the player when they come out, but they end up coming this way, and he just one-taps them. So then he's heading out of storm and rotating with me, and gets a mythic hyperburst. So right here, he's just heading with me to a zone, and maybe even to some shooting, which we see in the distance. Right here, my dad's reloading a shotgun and tries to see if he could hit a nice shot from far. Then right here, he ends up hitting there. Kill, and sees if he could get the other player, and let's see. I'm actually not sure myself right here. Let's see. Okay, now he beams down with the Trinity Lawless Assault Rifle, and ends up getting through some ammo so then he could actually fight. So my dad's kind of trying to get some high ground, I guess, maybe. And he's heading right in a blitz mega city, or like the new update city. So he's reloading all of his stuff right there and pretty much getting ready to go. So right here, we're just rotating back into the city because we're pretty deep in out of storm circle. I'm just farming up some, not mats, but just breaking stuff so then I could get to the chest, while my dad's heading out rather to where all the shooting is. He tries to see if he can hit through that, but he can't, so he goes in to push with me and ends up getting a pretty good, nice, or somewhat of a beam on this player. And he goes up and continues trying to beam them down and succeeds. But he's in a 10 tick, so he's trying to flail out of there and is crossing a couple players, tries